Hi, this is June Bayha, CEO of Bayha Group. Welcome to Co-Design Work with Wonder. This is our live stream show that we do every Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific time. And this week we have Meet the Bayha Group. So when I started the company, it was really just me. It was called Bayha Group, but it was not much of a group. And now, actually, this coming Tuesday, Bayha Group will turn 5, and we have a group. We have individuals who are amazing team members who I'll introduce to you in a little bit. And right now we're live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and Twitter. So welcome, everyone. Let's see. Recently, we updated the Bayha Group mission statement. It's been an evolving process. So I'd like to share it with everybody. So it is, sorry about that. I'm just going to read it to you. It is galvanized by the need for equity and social justice. Bayha Group supports under-resourced public schools by securing millions of dollars in grant funding to implement programs inspiring youth to claim their power and use their voice as heroes in their life's journey. So we're pretty excited. I'd like to introduce our awesome team members. So we have Carmen Tovar, who joined Bayha Group. I'll bring Carmen on. Hi, Carmen.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for being here. So, Carmen, it's been, are we on 3 years?
3 years. 3 years, November 27, I believe, if I have it correct, or 17, one of those 2 days.
Yes, right. So that was in 2017. And then, yeah, so tell me, how's it been for you?
It's been an incredible journey. Yeah, 3 years ago, a little bit of how June and I met. I met her through a project that I was working, and June was just always energized whenever I walked into the meetings with educators and just super excited about working with young people. And eventually June asked me if I wanted to work with her on projects, and I said yes. Like I was so excited to be able to just work with you, June.
I was super excited. And then we should tell them a little. I'm going to show the picture maybe first before we tell them who we were. So we have worked together and have been really proud to work with under-resourced communities. And we thought this was pretty fun to be able to do together in just building relationship with one another. And so we decided to spend many days together at South by Southwest. And so we're at one of these events in Austin, Texas. This was one of those, it was one of those houses we got to go and just see different interactive technology. And they were like, let's take a photo. I don't even remember which theme this house was, but we did that. And then
I know. I have a cool story about that, June. I know I joined your team in 2017, and it was 2018 that we went to South by Southwest, and we spent 2 weeks together sharing a room, a hotel. And I knew that was the time where it's like, we are going to get along really well, because we spent 2 weeks together to the education conference and then the music one, which was pretty amazing.
It was so fun and amazing. Yes, we were roommates. We hung out together, and it was really a telling experience, right?
We each respected our nap time, which was awesome. Napping and food is how we connected.
Exactly. So then we want to bring on Barbarella Fokos. So Barb and I met. I'm gonna invite Barb. Hi, Barb.
Hi.
So Barbarella Fokos, you've joined us. Was it a year, 2 years? I feel like it's 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, time flies.
I know, time flies. But you and I met a while ago.
2011.
2011 because we were both volunteers of a TEDx event in San Diego. And the TEDx event, Barbarella was the MC and I was volunteering as this speaker liaison. And we just hung out and just, did stuff together. Afterwards, you helped with a food event. You were our MC for a food event I was doing with my friend, and then
the ramen thing in LA, right? This Dine LA.
No, it wasn't Dine LA. It was just Stacy and me creating. We were doing this. We called it Noodle Bowl Fest, and it was at the Viceroy Santa Monica. And here's Barb and me,
babies.
And so, yeah, it's been fun to know one another over the years. And then you make amazing documentary films with David for Salt and Sugar Productions, your own company. And then you joined us. We're so excited. So yeah, I just wanted people to, Barb, tell us a story.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Well, first of all, I am quite upset that you did not share that picture while I was here, just because that picture with the cash is so funny. Like I wanted to razz you for it, and you knew it. What is this story? So I think it was just, a couple of years ago, I posted something randomly. June and I have maintained friendship since we were in TEDx together, a boot camp, met a lot of cool creative people during that whole putting that event on, and then just maintained friends also over food. We were foodies. And we just hooked up to do lunch a few years ago, probably 2.5 years ago now. And you're like, hey, we're interested in some video stuff. And I'm like, I can also write and do, like, what you doing over there? And it looked like you're having so much fun, which you were constantly. And we started hanging out and working. And then I just sort of kind of kept doing more. And here I am.
I know. We're so excited. We brought you on full time recently. And so both Carmen and Barb are full-time, and super excited that I have to say this is something of pride for me, because from the very first employee that was hired for Bayha Group, it's been full benefits, medical, dental, and now recently we've been adding to retirement. And so it's something that I felt really strongly about how people are treated within our company. And then in addition to our Barb and Carmen, we also have other folks for Bayha Group that I'd like to just really quick show a picture and some gratitude. We also, something else we do at Bayha Group is I have an annual retreat every year. So from the very first year that I've had the company, we've done an annual retreat, and usually around the time of Bayha Group's birthday. And so one year it was Pam Slim facilitated. It was in San Diego, and then Pam actually facilitated again when we went to Arizona. That was the year Barb, kind of joined us, and then last year we went to Santa Barbara because we all work at home, and it takes a lot of discipline, heart to do the work that we do. And then every year it just is important to celebrate. So actually next week they're coming to San Diego, and we're going to have a pretty amazing meal together to celebrate. So I will pull up a picture really quick of some of our other Bayha Group team who outside meal for people concerned about the pandemic.
We're wearing our masks.
Outside and distanced, yeah. And I just posted too with to ask us questions if you have any. And thank you, June, for on these amazing retreats, which are super fun and really great to celebrate all the hard work we do, for not making me share a room with anybody. Because, we got a question here. We got a few questions coming in.
I know.
I don't want to share the pictures of the other external teams.
Yeah, let me just really quick share our picture. This was on our holiday card last year, because this was during our. So I'd like to just introduce Cindy Wyma on the far left, and that's Carmen. And then Harlan, my husband, also many hats that he wears for the company, and Barb, and then Joanna. So Joanna Banks, who has been with me since the very beginning at Bayha Group, she's been a consultant. She is an amazing writer, former journalist, and now has her own company, Finer Point Writing. And so she's an integral part of our team. And then we also have our 10 interns who we don't have a picture of right now, do I? Anyways, but they are also part of the, commenting and whatnot. So what was the question, Barb?
We have a few, and my mom said I was amazing. I just wanted to point that out because that's also a comment. Here's one. How did Carmen and Barb feel about those vacations? I do too much talking, so Carmen, you tell us.
Yeah, I think I enjoy everything from the road trip to getting there and traveling. I mean, we just are so great at communicating. So, I mean, text messages from the moment we start driving, and yeah, we've had some hotel rooms with the pools and large suites. At one point, I think 2 beds, and it was just myself. So it was pretty awesome. I think I slept on one bed one night. The next night, I had another bed. So, but no, it's a lot of bonding. Even though we talk every day, it's just having you in person. It's very different. So. I think that was one of the first times I met one of our previous old colleagues, just having you in front and seeing and touching you. So yes, that's the bonding time. Super. And all the delicious meals. I mean, food is how we really connect. I think we all enjoy food very much. And by far, all the meals that we have at these retreats are just pretty amazing.
And the retreats are it's kind of cool because not only is it just like fun and you get to reflect and think, what have we done? What are we liking about what we did? What do we want to do? So there's like part of it is celebration and really and just bonding and getting to hang out. And part of it is visioning, which is really cool. And we all get a chance to just say, well, I'm kind of interested in going this way, or I'm interested in over here. And like we look at how all of that comes together. And the cool thing about Arizona was you brought in, you didn't say anything about Pamela Slim.
Oh, Pam.
Yeah, like, sometimes we have these really inspiring, I don't know, facilitators, what would you call them? Like experts in things and kind of for activities and kind of planning the year ahead. So it's sort of, what did we do last year and what are we doing next year, but in a fun way that doesn't feel like work. And there's great food and a fancy hotel room, which is nice when we could do that. Yeah, they're super fun. They're really, really nice. Yeah. We have questions. This one's for you, June.
Oh, what do I appreciate most about, well, and I think we could each answer, right? So for me, I feel it's such an amazing, I feel like we each bring different strengths, and it's been a gift to really get to explore and then to figure out, well, how do we fit this puzzle together? And to know, I mean, last year we completed as a team, I mean, it's astonishing, 23 grants in about, I think it was like 8 weeks. And we had 3 different deadlines, and it was incredible how many grants we accomplished. And that was just a huge testament to how committed everybody was and how the level of excellence, because we ended up getting a significant number of those grants. I think I did the number.
$30.8 million, I think, in just 1 year last year is what we brought in. Yes, you don't like to brag. I do.
That's why we have that money. That picture June showed in the beginning? It really
that money, guys. Yeah,
all the money we bring to the schools.
Yes, and it's really to do work that is to help young people feel their own sense of power and voice. And so that's something that really became possible this year because of COVID-19. It really accelerated something that definitely has been a dream, which is to work directly with young people. And so with that, we were able to have the 180 interns, everything just sort of, it was a crazy year, but it was also a huge year of opportunity and changing the direction of the work. And so I'm super proud of that. So for me, the gift is to work with people who are willing to go along with the pivot, right? Because we changed a lot of what we did this year. And so that's what I'm so grateful for. So.
And for the other ones, you saw the pieces, we just had a question that would probably help with the other two, saying, what are the roles that everybody has. And people are curious who does what, especially with like, Joanna and Kelly or, and Cindy.
Yeah, right. So Cindy is really for when we have research projects. So I've known Cindy since my days at UCLA. So right after graduate school, I worked at UCLA at the School of Education, and that's where I met Cindy while she was getting her doctorate. So she's the one that whenever we have a client at Harvard Medical School, and so when we have to have any data analyzed and any of those, that Cindy is the point person. And then so some of the folks you didn't see that you saw in the picture. So Joanna, like I said, she's just a masterful writer. And so she and I have been friends since second grade. So I feel like we have this awesome short, I don't finish sentences. She understands where I'm coming from. And I could literally be driving, talking to her on the phone, tell her some ideas. And I always say, Joanna, can you just make sentences out of this? Make coherent sentences, and she does. And so a lot of our grants, the storytelling part are Barb and Joanna, because I love former journalists. Maybe because I was in journalism in high school. So, and then Barb does so many things. One person said to me that I do really well with people who are Swiss Army knives. And so, yes, they just have many, many skills. And so Barb does documentary filmmaking. She's an amazing writer. She's a project manager. She just does many things. Then Carmen takes care of all the details of so many different projects. I mean, when we had to place 115 interns, I really just Carmen just did it all.
And we thought that was a lot, and we didn't stop there, right? This year we've 180.
Exactly. So
we have a cool question that like on the grant, since you went through all the people, what we do, I think, was it from one of our other team members. One of the other grant writing starts as creative ideas and finishes as compliance details. How do you work with both mindsets? This is a serious question.
This is a serious question. So again, a shout out to Kelly Cooper, who is just an amazing collaborative partner. And so it's really an interesting thing with grant writing because it is creative, but it is also a lot of details with compliance and with really understanding the kinds of grants that we work on are very, very particular. They focus on, it's California based right now, and they focus on career technical education, which is really about preparing young people for the world of work. And it's about entry level job preparation. So, and this just happens to be a field that I've been involved with for over 20 plus years. So it's things that I take for granted just by being around the field for so long. So in terms of those pieces, I feel I'm fortunate because I've been involved in this world for a long time. It's a passion of mine. It's something that I did and worked on in graduate school. And so I remember writing my essay to graduate school admissions saying that I wanted to understand the rules so I could change them. And so it's one of those things that I feel like grant writing allows that to happen because they want innovative, creative ideas. And understanding the rules then allows me to understand, well, how far could we push and how can we do things that are innovative and meaningful, especially for young people. So, yeah, and I weirdly like to fill out forms.
I played Office as a kid too. I like pen on paper. I just want to.
Yeah, for me, it's the attention to detail, like finding those like, ooh, if we don't do this, our grant gets disqualified. And it's like finding those small things that you need to meet because there's so many requirements. So our grants don't get disqualified.
Yes, a follow-up question for that. I don't know if you see this your group helps so many institutions in crisis financially. How is your group getting the word out so these institutions can receive the help they need?
Well, that's why we're doing live streams and we're trying to help folks just, I feel like for so long we've been a secret And it was time this year for a number of reasons to share the story and to help build capacity. So it's something I've written blog articles about it. I have talked about, well, how do you get involved with grant writing? Because it's much more important to teach somebody how to do it versus to do it for them. So I feel like that's something I'm really interested in trying to do more of, is build other people's capacity. So maybe you guys, while I turn off this phone, could could speak about like what you do about grant writing before we met.
Is that you? I was like, what is that? Who is it? Luna? Is it our official mascot?
Oh,
Carmen's dog running around.
Yeah, we do have Luna, my dog. She's half greyhound, half lab. She's our unofficial Bayha Group employee.
She's fantastic, but this is my favorite thing about our Zoom meetings when everything went on lockdown, that I got to see Luna. But no, the way we get the word out, we're just starting to now. We're just starting to get the word out. Most of the time, it's more people hear from an institution. They might hear, we work with Downey Unified a lot, and they hear about the great work that a lot of these institutions that we support are doing great work with the funding that we help bring in. And people see that work and then are inspired by it, and then they want to do it. So most often in the past, we get contacted, and only right now are we starting to say, hey, this is something that we do. We just recently got a recognition from Fast Company, and that has kind of gone national, and some more people are finding out about us. So it's sort of like, hi, we're here, this is what we do, and that all back to build capacity, because as more people
take pride in doing really good work. Everything that we do, I could say that we really give it our all, because we don't know if we're ever going to do this project again. And that's how projects are known, hopefully more now.
Yeah, the work is something that's really, we have to love it. So it's, for me, it's great to be CEO and be able to choose, because that's the difference from when I worked for a company where I had to work on things that I may or may not have cared about as much. But if we're saying yes to a project, we put our all into it, as Carmen says. So all the ones that we said yes to, like last year for all those grants, every single one of them had our full attention, and so yes. The questions, Barb.
There were a couple of other ones. We have what is one of the most memorable moments we've all shared together on retreat? Another one was, what advice do you have for interns? I have to find that one. Any advice you'd like to give any current or future interns of Bayha Group? So a couple of these have fun retreat memories. Do you either of you have answers to either of these questions?
Let's see. What was trying to remember I know when we went to Arizona, there was great discussions about working on, I think that was like, what projects do we want to work? Like really looking ahead, like what are we passionate about? And I think that's when we connected about, and we eventually worked, for me, it was a project where I worked with the continuation school for the very first time. And that was a really awesome project that we were able to work with a group of young people that really needed our activities, our programming. So yeah, I think just retreats and all of the projects that kind of come after we connect. This is what we want to work on.
And then it's like it's almost like we're bringing it. Now, I'm not one of those like the secret people, but it is like you are bringing it into being. We like to not sound like secrety about it by saying we basically just go, this is the thing I want to do. And then suddenly the following year we're doing that. And then we're like, hey, we did the thing we wanted to do. Now what do we want to do? And then this is the thing we want to do. And then suddenly we're doing that. And in the meantime, we are having an impact for more and more people. That was a good one. I'll put it. Sorry, this is a question. I'm also looking. That's nice. Well, okay. Did you foresee that Bayha Group is going to be the successful today? That's a great question, Angela. Carmen, you were here before me, and I know they're probably wrapping up soon. But what did you know it was going to be this successful? Because it really is quite successful right now.
It is. I think for me, looking back, when I joined June's team, I knew like everything she does, and I think we share. I don't think we do. This is we share everyone, we treat everyone with kindness, everyone with respect. Every project that kind of comes our way, we truly mean and do what we are there for. So to help young people, and yeah, I think the very first project, I mean, it was successful. I thought it was the best, but now we continue to just success after success, which has been awesome.
Yeah, and my answer to that is it already was. So if it just like, did you think it would be as much of a success? It kind of like I already was really impressed. That's why I wanted to come play and do these good things, you know, because June and Carmen were already doing amazing work. They already had results of that work, and they already had students who'd gone through programs that they helped with who were getting kind of one's working for Google, one got a full ride to Stanford, you know, who are kind of getting into the world in a way that I think that those programs specifically helped equip them to get there. So it was already a success. And I was just like, yes.
Correct. You know? We continue. Everything we do, we innovate. Like everything we work on, every year we continue to just innovate it and make it better.
Here's a good one, a good ending one. Looking forward. June.
Right. That's a really good question. I used to be asked that regularly by my bosses. What was the 5-year? What did you see 5 years out? So thanks, Sophia. You know, that's a really great question, because if someone had asked me last year if I saw what was going to happen this year, there was no way. I would have predicted what has happened. So in that sense, I feel like what I would love to see is the interns that we have 5 years out. I would love to revisit them and find out what it has meant to them. So for me, where I would like to see Bayha Group go is to know that Work Wonder is having the impact that we dream about now, but then 5 years from now to be able to know what it meant to the people who are in it right now. So it would be cool to know that more doors opened for them. It would be cool to know that it helped them have a stronger footing on their next step in their journey. So I'm going to end with that they feel more living that, being the hero on their own journey. So really having that sense. So I would say, I would like to find out also, 5 years from now, what that might look like. But for me, this year has been a huge clarifying what I would like to see, which is to work with more young people and to see how our work may have an impact on what they do next. So I don't know. How about for you all, Barb, Carmen, anything you'd like to?
That was a great answer. I mean, and it's right in with the mission, which is true. This is this last summer with Work Wonder, which is what the Fast Company Award was for, this internship, the next level kind of thing that we do, is the first time I really worked with that many young people, and I enjoyed it so much. So now we have 10 interns, and it's same. I want to follow up with them and see where they are and continue to be their colleague and mentor throughout, as they continue their careers. Those are connections I think that we're making now that are for life.
Yeah, same. I think I just want to continue. My very first internship or job was working with young people. So I just want to continue to, and here and there I bump into a few that I've kind of come to support, and wow, just to see them there at college, out of university, and really good careers. I think that is the goal. If we make a little bit of a difference in their lives, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And I'm going to put a plug in. If you're a company and you have openings and you would be interested in maybe opening a door to some young folks for, some employment internships, then that's the next step, would be that they are then amazing entry-level workers for you, because that's really the next step, is how do we create these experiences so that we stop talking about the skills gap. We stop talking about some of these things that have been going on for so many years, and to actually start doing something about it. So that's where I would like to go, so that 5 years from now, the term skills gap disappears, because we owe it to young people to tell them what the skills are that they need, so that they then understand what is expected. Because why would we talk about a skills gap if the people who who are supposed to know don't know? So I'm just going to end with no more skills gap. And and yeah, so thanks everyone for joining us. We will be back next Thursday at 3 p.m. So co-design work with Wonder. I'm June Bayha. I'd like to thank Carmen Tovar, Barbarella Fokos, my awesome group members here at Bayha Group, and we'll all see you next time. Thank you.